Aloha, y'all. It is Monday, ruled by the moon, November the 9th. Today is a red, self existing serpent guided by birth, according to the dream spell, and it is a root chakra day. Muladhara root chakra. If you feel so inclined, and I highly suggest doing it, be doing chakra chants, be doing the mudras, be doing the mantras, and try to engage with that holographic tech of your biology. You will be greatly rewarded for any effort in that direction. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for today, the Monday, the moon day. So, we've got, whoop, dropped it completely on the ground. So, what have we got to look forward to? Let us see. We've got the Nine of Cups. One of the better cards of the deck. We got Ten of Cups yesterday, Nine of Cups today. Everything's awesome. Everything's great, even though it might not feel that way. We've got to remind ourselves of the blessings and the fact that we are witnessing and experiencing everything that the divine self would prefer. So, enjoying the ride. Today, on this Monday, this moon day, the astrological situation is as follows. The sun is in Scorpio, the moon is in Virgo, Mercury is in Libra, Venus is in Libra also, Mars in retrograde in Aries. So, let's go ahead and talk about our card, though. The Nine of Cups. It's about declaring your intentions, attracting good fortune, celebrating, free of guilt and regret, seeing a project to completion. Nine of Cups, I am lavished by the good things in life. For the Nine of Cups, I absolutely wish to say goodbye to the portly, middle-aged man depicted in traditional tarot. I created something I felt expressed the exuberance and delight this card needs to communicate. I wanted something celebratory, sexy, radiant. Everything about this card for me is about being fully immersed in the pleasures and beauty of life. There is a strong sense of completion, the kind we feel after achieving something significant and worthwhile. There may even be a sense of resolution, of having lived one's destiny. If life were to take you away right now, you would be satisfied. We can enjoy this spaciousness, the weightlessness that opens, feeling great euphoria, ripples of delight streaming through our nervous system, utterly visceral. We simply radiate and people can feel it. The sympathetic resonance of joy and fulfillment when we feel complete, we become fully embodied in the present moment, our senses alive and expansive, the mind open and clear. In the artwork, we see a woman seated, languishing on a curvaceous avant-garde sofa, raising her cup, inviting us to toast to her success. Her cup holds the golden likeness of the Buddha's hand in Gyan Mudra, the mudra of knowledge, concentration, and expansive creativity, the energy seal which stimulates the pituitary gland. The other cups stand like exquisite plinths, hosting an array of geometrical light archetypes, the geometrical language of nature and building blocks of creation and life. They are also symbolic of the underlying metaphysical principle of the inseparable relationship of the part to the whole. This principle of oneness permeates the architecture of all form in its astonishing diversity. The golden sphere behind her floating amidst the incandescent sunset over gentle water is universal symbol of unity, wholeness, and completion, divinely feminine, the motherly womb of spirit. For many who read tarot, this is the ultimate wish fulfillment card, quote unquote. For me, it is something else entirely. It is the declaration card. Wishing is a fundamentally different reality, defined as feeling or expressing a strong desire or hope for something that cannot or probably will not happen. Instead, evoking the power of declaration, you no longer report the conditions of the environment needed for something to happen. Rather, you create the conditions and the environment. You declare who you are. You declare what you do. You declare what you create. Something is brought into existence the instant you declare it to be so. The Nine of Cups signals a sea change for you, asking why instead of how. When you have a compelling reason to make something happen, the question of how is no longer the issue. How is merely the next step you take towards your goal. This way of living frees up a phenomenal amount of energy. You become the open space in which the next action arises. Your words have power because you do what you say without reasons and justifications, and complaints disappear because there is a natural joy in being totally responsible for your life and what you create. With the energy of this card, we also discover, like the lizard, we can be regenerative. We too possess untapped powers to regenerate, to grow stronger bodies, a stronger, more physical, or more joyful rather, psyche, and stronger connections and relationships. Life is abundant, and it is your natural birthright to fully enjoy the fruits. So today, on this moon day, is about declaring our intention with the Nine of Cups, attracting good fortune, celebrating free of guilt and regret, and seeing a project to completion. It's one of the, beautiful art, beautiful card, beautiful sentiments, beautiful magic. Let's not forget it. Let's go ahead and get some clarifying cards. I've got a Seal song stuck in my head that's not Kissed by the Rose in the Grave. I don't even know what it's called. It was in a little video. 'Cause I'm free. Na, na. I don't even know what title it is. But we've got the One of Water. Wow, a dragon, water dragon. And with a cup, we've got a whole lot of water energy. Scorpio sun. Feeling the water. So, One of Water, Ace of Water, if you want to put it that way. 268. Got it. Wow, my hand actually stopped. Edit. So the Ace of Water. Keywords: new emotions, first loves, infatuations, attraction, lust, longing, excitement, and passion. Key phrases: an exciting beginning, taking a leap of faith, opening your heart, following passion's lead, a new experience or opportunity, a new friendship. Stop fighting your feelings and free of fear's influence. The Ace of Water symbolizes the beginning of a new love and those feelings of nervous excitement we experience at the start of a new relationship. It is that growing sense of attraction and infatuation that draws you in and dares you to throw common sense aside. Falling in love is both paradoxically thrilling and terrifying as a flood of emotions picks you up and carries you away. The river could carry you gently or lead you to rapids, or worse, fling you over a waterfall. Regardless of where this new beginning may be leading you, now is the time to open your heart to another or to a new experience or opportunity. Remember that the Ace of Water does not necessarily symbolize romantic relationships. You're being asked to allow your desire, your passions, and attraction to carry you along in its flow, and trust that it will take you to where you need to be. When we realize that we have everything and we're coming from a place of desire, emotional fulfillment, satiation, clank, yes, everything is awesome and I accept it, we can step into new domains emotionally. Projects we've been procrastinating on for various reasons. Dropping old worldviews that maybe cause us more fear than acceptance, right? We're going to be able to baptize with this card, the Ace of Water. This dragon is breathing fresh water into your life, and you have nothing but to drink from the goblet. Both, this looks like a tongue sticking out with some sacred geometry. It's a little weird lighting, so there you can see a little better now. But so he's accepting the lavish things in life. Emotionally, saying I deserve this and I want it and I manifest it and make it so, and having the emotional courage and hope to see where that goes, basically. So let's go ahead and get an animal card. We have the Watcher, the snow leopard. Beautiful. Number 15. It's actually the art of the deck. Stacy DeMarco, the author of this deck and many more, is coming on the podcast next. So that should be dope. Next week, I believe. This week. Maybe it's our Wednesday, her Thursday. She's in Australia. So that'll be the next guest on our podcast. Should be a blast. It's funny because I remember when I was in Australia being like, this deck is beautiful and I want to have her on the podcast right when it was starting. We were like, episode 20 or something. And I said that. We're up to episode 180 now. She's going to be episode 181, I believe. And we will have her. So you are lavished by the good things in life, and you can start emotional journeys and say, I will make it so, and feel good about these things. There's proof in the pudding there. I've made it so, right? Didn't come natural, easily. Like I had to make it happen, but here we go. So the snow leopard, Watcher, taking the high road, do not sink to the level of low vibration. Heard. This is not a time to escape through alcohol and substances, probably. This is not a time to panic and worry, though it seems very appropriate to your rational mind. It's the end of the world as we know it, right? But we have to find things that bring us fulfillment and joy and newness of life emotionally, creatively, passionately. Don't sink to low vibrations. Observe the situation closely before acting. Being silent is an option. Scorpio sun, being, in Virgo moon, practically speaking, sometimes it's very practical to just observe and watch and stalk. Ethics is the number one concern. It is best not to continually draw attention to yourself just for the sake of filling up your ego. A little mystery is a good thing. Scorpio Sun, a little mystery. Mythos. In the valley surrounded by high, rocky mountains lived the people. In the high passes within the rocks, between the sky and the land, above the flapping of prayer flags, lived the spirits of the mountains. Some of these spirits were bodhisattvas, the compassionate energies that help people to take the more right and ethical path. These spirits took the form of the most elusive and beautiful creature that lived among the high places, the snow leopard. The snow leopard watched the people, yet would very rarely seen themselves. Their paw prints might have been occasionally found on a ridge overlooking the valley, but they were not spotted. These watchers of the skies and watcher of the sky, well, I think there's a Genesis song, like Watcher of the Sky, I think it's called, Watcher of the Skies. Great song, check it out. Maybe I'll post in the comments. These watchers of the skies rewarded those who helped others. It was said, too, that the snow leopards were ever observing, would place obstacles in the path of those who did evil in order for them to realize their mistakes and change. Very Bodhisattva, very Ganesh, very what we're going through right now as a collective. And if something was not right, the leopards would wail mournfully for all to hear. This is on page 64, I might add. The animal. To say spotting a snow leopard is difficult is an understatement. These mysterious animals live high in the most remote mountainous areas of the Himalayas, Russia, Mongolia, and western China. And it is only recently, with the advent of sophisticated motion sensor cameras, that we have been able to see decent photographs of these animals in the wild. A member of the Panthera genus, snow leopards are uniquely adapted to a cold, harsh environment. It snowed here today, ironically, in Colorado, through having small, rounded ears to keep the heat in. Small, rounded ears to keep the heat in. That's why I wear this hat. Lustrous, multi-layered fur and a thick tail filled with fat that they wrap around their face and body when they sleep to keep the wind out. They have incredibly large paws for their size, covered in thick fur, which allows them to walk more easily on soft snow without sinking. Snow leopards do not roar like lions, but instead vocalize mews, chuffs, and most notably a wailing sound that echoes for long distances. The magic. Snow leopard magic is all about the power of being the silent watcher, Scorpio Sun. And even the Hermit card, right, where they're like Virgos are ruled by Mercury, but they're internalizing it. They're not like, it's like silently watching for practical health reasons. Scorpio Sun, Virgo Moon. Western society is an extroverted one with the emphasis on the individual and on being seen. Yet there is much advantage to examining things quietly and observing before making decisions. Take your time in observing a situation before you decide the next step is wise. Plan before you act. Snow leopard magic is mysterious and ethical and can be used when you need assistance in taking the righteous path. Heard. Aren't we all being asked to come into our higher frequencies? And we're all here right now for this exact moment. Nothing's happening to you, it's happening through you. So observe it well, watch what's going on, and make actions that are right action, right thoughts. The Buddha said, have these things, right? So let's tap into that energy. Symbology. Eyes are on prayer flags, cat in snow, leopard footprints in the snow. Status is vulnerable. This is a beautiful animal. Very beautiful. But we're getting a whole lot of watery blue energy, right? So she's sitting here kind of like, I love life and everything's happening and it's awesome and the good, the bad, and the ugly. Cheers. This was a great story. Opening yourself up to new domains. She's like, I finished that cup and now I have a new cup. It's full. Are we allowing ourselves new opportunities emotionally, creatively, passionately, sensually, right? As water beings ourselves. And we need to watch very observantly and understand there's a whole lot of options. Which cup are we drinking from? What are we celebrating? Are we celebrating righteous things or foolish things? And it's all good in some weird way. Life is fine in that sense, but like there's better and worse in a sense. Yin and yang, even though it's one circle, if that makes sense. If you know what I'm saying, then you know. If you don't know what I'm saying, you won't know. Edvard Munch. There's some water. He looks like he's watching things in horror, right? So what are we going to get from this guy? Edvard Munch. Haunted by the premature deaths of his mother and sister from tuberculosis, very Scorpio Sun, right? Haunted by death. The religious obsessions of his father, very Scorpio, obsession, religion, spirituality, Scorpio Sun. And the recurring brushes with madness and disease, psychological issues, can be 8th house too. Edvard Munch poured personal pain and anxiety into a singular style of expressionism. Munch's famous painting The Scream is available as a popular emoji today, suggesting that personal terror and stifled cries for help have never had a wider circulation, despite the invention of Xanax. Ditto for Munch's other renowned works, such as Anxiety, Jealousy, and Melancholy. I believe these are probably emotions we're all feeling very deeply right now, right? A lot of anxiety. Oh my God, what's happening in the world? Oh my God, what am I gonna do? Oh my gosh, this, that, and the other, right? So it says, ask anxiety to pose for you. She's posing, right? And she's saying, cheers. We have the ability to tap into, oh, I forgot my alien card. I'll go get it in a second. I was like, oh, that went fast. Why did I Galactic Heritage card? So we have the ability to tap into all emotions, including anxiety, and say thanks for it, right? All emotions, Ace of Water, are appropriate at some time. There's no bad emotion. So are we engaging these emotions at the root level properly? Root chakra day, right? Are we watching well? We can watch on in horror. We can, trying not to attach emotionally, but you can feel feelings, right? And it's saying asking anxiety to pose for you. So just take, watch, observe the situation and let it pass through you, over you, and see how you react. See what the lesson is. Let me get that other card really quick, deck. Oh no, it's over here. I didn't even have to get up. It's just behind. It's just behind the iPad, so I didn't see it. All right, so we're a little out of order today, but whatevs. So yeah, asking anxiety to pose for you. Like watch, observe all emotions, including bad ones, quote unquote. So what we have today for the Galactic Heritage card is Blind Enthusiasm, number 42. So what can that tell us? This is a Pleiadian timeline. Whether it's a political, person you're all about right now or not, right? Blind enthusiasm. What are we learning? Past timeline, Pleiades 42. A habitual pattern of the Pleiadians when they were a young species was to become very excited about an idea and implement it without thinking it through, right? Maybe they weren't watching well. They were just acting. What are the far-reaching implications of these actions? Who benefits and who is hurt? Right? This is very practical, and it's about health and service. Moon in Virgo. Take a good look, watch, observe, like analyze, Scorpio Sun. Take a good look at the times you may have done this in your current life. When do you just rush into something, right? In the eyes of the universe, there are no mistakes. It's all good, like I'm always saying. However, everyone has the responsibility to see beyond their own excitement and try to make choices that support the whole rather than simply the ego's desires, right? And that's very Virgo moon, where it's like, yo, I love celebrating, but it's like me being in a drunken stupor going to help the dream right now, right? Don't just be blindly enthusiastic, blindly patriotic for anything. This card also connects with other cards of the era, 40, 41, and 42. It refers to a time when the Pleiadians were a young species and very idealistic, enthusiastic. Like a big puppy, they often excitedly bounce from one plan to another without thinking things through, sometimes offending or hurting those on the other end of their plans. This is a quality of most young people and species, and through the lessons learned, we eventually grow out of it. The Pleiadians still, today, have a tremendous amount of enthusiasm, but it isn't so blind any longer. They have learned patience, temperance, and respect in regard to others. One of the significant signs of a matured species, Nine of Cups, matured emotions, is that they can make decisions with their eyes fully open, the watcher, observing, and never infringe on the rights of others, forcing a reality on others or becoming self-centered in their plans. Right now, there's a lot of people celebrating about Biden, which I'm just kind of watching, like, right? I didn't vote for anybody, right? So I'm just kind of over it. But the point is, there's a lot of people being like, yeah, fuck all you Trumpers. And Trump people like, fuck all these Biden people. They're blindly enthusiastic for what they believe in. And we have to kind of just take a minute back and be like, is this responsible? Is this helpful? Is this self-centered? Is this self-righteous, right? Forcing a reality on others. The Pleiadians have achieved this state, but humans are not yet there, clearly. If this card has come up in your reading, look at the other cards to see if there might be a Pleiadian karma or memory of yours. Are there other cards with a similar theme? It may simply be a warning about your actions in this lifetime as a human. Don't just go crazy about it. Like, sometimes just observe. We're here to be watchers. and celebrate life fully emotionally, right? We're here to be emotional beings. Not even don't be overwhelmed by emotion, but like accepting them as they are. You know, enthusiasm is beautiful, but don't be so blind to it that you're bypassing and projecting to a degree that's unhealthy, right? Ask anxiety to pose for you. So emotions, even bad ones, quote unquote, watch them, observe them, make it pose for you. Don't be don't be a victim of it in that sense. And the watcher, one of my favorite cards probably, is just observe. We are here to witness life in all of its ups and downs. You know, we're here to not attach too much and to hold on loosely and to watch. That doesn't mean not feel anything. We're here to feel. Ace of water. We're here to succeed emotionally and feel triumph and success and joy and love and passion. Nine of Cups. But we're also here to know that summer, fall, winter, spring, summer, fall. There's cycles. Like we're here to observe and watch and witness as these things unfold through time, perceived time. Let's go ahead and get a stone. So we've got agate. And what it is. Agate, a bonded chalcedony, comes in many forms. Elegant blue lace agate and iridescent fire agate are two. Each agate has its own unique vibe, but they all promote an energy of wherever you are, be there. And that's really what I'm trying to learn now. It's like this isn't about emotional highs and lows. It's about being the witness, the watcher. And this almost looks like an eyeball. It's like, are you watching? Be present. Be here now. Who needs it? Work-life balance strugglers. So it's like, are you having too much work? Virgo. Like, are you a workaholic? Are you partying too much? Are you, like, where's the life balance with that? Where to put it? Wherever you need more stability in your life. Venus and Mercury in Libra. Stability, balance. When to use it? When you want to get into your body, try fire agate. When too much screen time, like internet and stuff, has you feeling disconnected from anything, the slightest bit, echo, green, try the far from aptly named moss agate, which neither contains moss nor is technically an agate, but can still hold it down. It's about finding your solid ground. And I think that's definitely what we're being called to do. We're always being held up by the universe. We are a product of generations of evolution, generations of struggle, always appropriate for where it is, like the present moment, right? Every journey, every new beginning is some other beginning's end, right? Like that kind of thing. Emotional journeys start from standing on the shoulders of others. So we have the ability to say thank you and raise our glasses emotionally to new adventures, new becoming, love, passion, right? Even don't be blindly enthusiastic, right? Don't just, jump in without looking, and ask anxiety to pose for you in the sense that like all emotions are valid. Don't let them overwhelm you. Maybe observe them, watch them, ask it to pose for you. Happiness, ask it to pose for you. Don't be consumed by joy, right? Because that'll burn out and you'll be pursuing that through addictions and relationships and everything. So watch it and observe it. And then this says find your solid ground. Find your solid ground. It looks like an eyeball. Find your solid ground as an observer, as a witness. And the solid ground is really just gratitude, right? Gratitude for everything that's occurring. It's not happening to you, it's happening through you. And I'm having to tell myself this, so don't just think I'm sitting in cloud nine all the time being like, yeah, I get it, obviously. I'm having to remind myself of these truths. So let's go ahead and play some music. Hopefully this is working. My microphone doesn't work on lives anymore, these headphones or any headphones. So I don't know what's going on. I might not be using the iPad anymore. Hopefully this works. So we've got the Nine of Cups. This is about emotional satisfaction, success, joy, completion, all these good things. And the One of Water, Ace of Water. So we have the ability to, finish up a chapter, say thank you, and then enter a new chapter. And I think we're all doing that individually as well as collectively. So, what we have is the Nine of Cups with the Ace of Water as a clarifier. Basically, what this means is that we have satiation, emotional accomplishment, feeling beautiful, lavished by life, supported emotionally, and we're able to start new journeys. We're able to say, thank you for that, graduation party. I did great. Now I'm on to my next year of school and new journeys, new emotions and stuff. Don't be blindly enthusiastic. Don't just be like, well, I can do anything I want and there's no boundaries and stuff. We have to be aware of fear, maybe that's preventing us from seeing clearly, or potentially, naivete with the Ace of Water, which is like emotional naivete. We need to observe. As we enter a new room, you look around the room and see what's happening, right? So we're completing a room and we're saying thank you, and then we're going into a new room emotionally. Don't just run into that new room without seeing if there's, spike pits or vampires or whatever. And if you do see them, ask them to pose for you, right? Just be like, oh, that's what's happening in here. Cool, that's the next challenge. Watch and observe, right? Ultimately, finding your solid ground in the present moment to moment walking through life. If you run too fast, you don't enjoy it. If you don't move, you're not moving, so stagnant. Somewhere in the middle there, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Hit me up for a reading if you'd like. I love giving them. People love getting them. 5 stars only. I dare brag about that a little. It's good stuff for me and you. No podcast today, but the next one will be with Stacey DeMarco. Like I said, the creator of the Watcher deck, the Divine Animal Oracle. I've got her Viking Oracle cards. Haley, my fiance, has Stacey DeMarco's Moon Oracle deck. Beautiful stuff. She's got many decks, like 10, 20 decks. She'll be cool. Very magical, witchy chick, so that should be fun during Scorpio season. And I think the moon will be in Scorpio too. It'll be double Scorpio down, so that should be fucking magical, that podcast. Also, just enjoy your moon day. Try to be the change you want to see in the world. Don't try to look out and try to define yourself by external events. That will only lead to suffering. We need to hold on to what ourselves, I guess, emotionally. Know that you're a witness in this dream, and there's sometimes this nice, parties with sunsets and the birds all chirping, and it's great, and you have all the, bottles of the Cabernet Sauvignon that you want to drink or whatever. Hold on loosely, right? Be willing to go into the emotional territories without just being gung-ho to the point of foolishness, right? And don't be scared just because you're new at something, right? Ask anxiety to pose for you. Pose for you while you watch it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The seasons as they cycle. Watch, witness well. All the atoms smashing. All the waves crashing. All the snow falling. All the sunrises. All the sunsets. Find your solid ground. Go within. Seek the kingdom of God within you. Find your center point of the mandala and sprout from there. Find your center point and sprout from there. Hopefully that makes sense. Have a good day.